Hello. Rotten here. I found this article to be very interesting. Came out November 7th of 2023, so just recently. Adolescent brain biomarkers predict what? Mental health. This is out of Neuroscience News and teen mental health biomarkers. I'm not going to read the whole thing. The link is in the description, but I just wanted to hit a couple key points here that I found very interesting. This is what they're working on right now. This should scare everyone. The summary: innovative research established a connection between functional network connectivity, or FNC, in adolescent brains and cognitive development, including psychiatric risks. The study analyzed FNC from brain scans of over 9,000 children, finding consistent patterns that serve as individual fingerprints. They keep using this word a lot. I find that really interesting as well. And these patterns can predict a range of behaviors, mental health conditions, and even um, parental, what is that? Parental psychopathic influences, psychopathology influences. So parental influences, and the parents' thoughts, I'm assuming what that means. The key facts here: the functional connectivity variability in adolescent brain scans carry significant information correlating with cognitive performance and mental health. Two, researchers successfully predicted various conditions from cognitive performance to sleep patterns based on the FNC stability across the scans. And three, the second study developed a brain-wide risk score that uses FNC to access psychiatric risks, showing potentials as a biomarker for early intervention. So what exactly does this mean? This comes from Georgia State University. Um, they have identified some important new methods for accurately identifying possible biomarkers in adolescent brains that can reliably predict cognitive development and psychiatric issues. We're going to hook up a bunch of kids. I'm not sure exactly what we're talking about here, but it sounds not good. Researchers believe that inferences about early cognitive and psychiatric behaviors in children may be made using this intra-subject variabilities as a useful biomarker. So let's see what they did here. So let's go down to just a few of the comments that are made. This study, Calhoun says, here's another one where it serves as a fingerprint. They're going to make sure that to identify a child from a large group. This study is quite exciting as it shows the promise of using advanced machine learning to identify brain patterns, which might help us intervene early in children who are at most risk for cognitive or psychiatric problems. They use some MRIs. They believe that intra-subject variation of NFC can carry biologically meaningful information, especially during adolescence, which is a time of significant change in the brain. It's not just the body, but the brain in adolescence is doing some amazing things. This is the age of transformation. This is why they use symbolisms like butterflies and caterpillars, because this is the time in a human's life, the only time in a human's life that this type of a change takes place. And so it's very important to remember these things. Okay, so let's see if I can find talking about their behavior. There's more down here. Let me just get down here. Okay, so Fu explained that they are able to read the results and in many cases predict outcomes in children based on the scans over time. The FNC stability in our present work is defined as the variability or changes in resting state functional connectivity across scans, the measurements. That is, if a subject has been collected using resting state fMRI scans multiple times, the functional connectivity estimated using each fMRI scan should be different, even if they are the same subject. Such difference or variability is not trivial, but biologically meaningful. Subjects with larger FNC variability, smaller stability, might tend to have lower cognitive performance and more mental health problems. And then it says that here's psychosis. They can it can also identify people with early psychosis from healthy controls and predict psychosis scores. And to generate group level disorder and healthy control references, researchers used a large brain imaging data set containing more than 5,000 individuals diagnosed with schizophrenia, autism spectrum, major depressive, and bipolar disorders and their corresponding health controls. And the findings show that BRS could be a new image-based tool for accessing psychiatric vulnerability over time and in unaffected individuals, and can also serve as a potential biomarker. They're going to keep using that word, facilitating early screening and monitoring interventions. Look at this. It gives you, that Minority Report really starts to sound like it's coming to fruition. Okay, so that was that article. That's really all that's, it's saying that they found and isolated, and we're working on it. Don't worry. If your kid is crazy, we're going to know about it. This is what they're doing to our adolescents. I don't know. Maybe not so much. Scary stuff.